Welcome to this edition of XPS Express for Employers, our regular bite-sized insights into the key issues affecting your employees' pensions. In this edition, we look at the final funding and investment strategy regulations and the government's recent consultation on options for DB schemes, which explores how these schemes might run on to generate surplus rather than securing liabilities with an insurance company.
After extensive consultation, the final funding and investment strategy regulations for defined benefit pension schemes will come into force on 6th April 2024. Significant changes have been made since the first draft of the regulations, including flexibility on investment strategies for surplus assets, employer contributions, and alternative means of funding. The new regulations will apply to valuations with effective dates on or after 22nd of September 2024. On 23rd of February, the Department for Work and Pensions launched a consultation on surplus extraction. This will impact decisions on setting long-term targets, as there is now more scope to consider alternative options. The consultation supports the government's aim to make it easier for surpluses to be paid to employers while ensuring members are protected. This consultation, together with the changes to the funding regulations, show the government's commitment to its growth agenda. These policy changes mean employers and trustees can now legitimately consider running schemes on, when previously buyout may have been the only option. There are broadly three possible endgame options. Firstly, running the scheme on with minimal employer support, what we call a low dependency basis. Secondly, running on and generating surplus that the employer could extract for its own use, or the traditional buyout route. These options require different levels of scheme assets, and employers will need to work collaboratively with trustees to decide which route to take for their schemes. In terms of getting to the end point, the new regulations require a statement of strategy to be produced. Employers will also need to engage early with trustees on what goes into the statement of strategy. The first part of the statement is the headline strategy, which the trustees must agree with the employer. This gives a summary of the funding and investment strategy. There is also supplementary information on which the trustees need to consult the employer. This is where details of the employer covenant, investment risk, and recovery plan need to be provided. So, what actions should employers be taking in light of the new funding regulations and consultation on surplus? Firstly, make sure you know the first actuarial valuation of your scheme that will need to comply with the new regulations. As part of this, determine what information you will need to provide as part of covenant assessments. You should also consider different contribution options for funding your scheme while maintaining sustainable growth of your business. Looking longer term, make sure you engage with your trustees on your views on endgame strategy to align your interests and objectives. And finally, you should consider responding to the surplus consultation, which runs until 19th April 2024.
I hope you found this edition of XPS Express helpful. Please do get in touch if you'd like to discuss any of this further.